In an interview with CNBC, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, provided the first information regarding the company's plans for an IPO. The case between Garlinghouse and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission began in 2020 and is still pending. He emphasized how unappealing it was to try to go public in the U.S. with an antagonistic regulator who had approved the S-1 filing, drawing comparisons between Coinbase and Ripple. Nevertheless, the company has decided to temporarily halt the sale, even though it was exploring expanding into international markets for the initial public offering. Garlinghouse, which has frequently criticized the SEC's treatment of Bitcoin, also called attention to the challenges that companies have in adhering to its regulations. While Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, was described by him as a political liability, he hinted that a listing in the U.S. might be given another thought. While he did not completely rule out the prospect of an IPO in the future, he did emphasize that it is not currently a top priority for Ripple. The liquidity of the company's shares was the main topic of discussion. In light of recent SEC events, Garlinghouse announced that Ripple has repurchased $1 billion worth of stock, allowing investors who have been involved with the project since its inception to access their money. Gary Gensler has repeatedly engaged in the same behavior and seems to think that he will prevail in court on some level. He has assured stakeholders that Ripple's top priority is long-term sustainability and that the IPO is still an option that will be evaluated as the company moves forward. Garlinghouse has stated that it will reevaluate the decision to go public. Bringing attention to the SEC's recent losing streak, the chief executive officer of Ripple said his legal battles go on, uninterrupted. In response to the lawsuit, the CEO of Ripple referred to Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler as a political liability. According to CNBC, the publication date was January 16, 2024. This was Garlinghouse's response to what he saw as Gensler's ongoing anti-crypto crusade. According to Garlinghouse, one of the definitions of insanity is to keep doing something in the hopes of getting a different outcome. The lawsuit alleging that Ripple and its employees sold XRP currency through unregistered securities offerings has not changed since the SEC's commission filed charges against Binance, Coinbase, and 3 other well-known cryptocurrency exchanges in September of last year. The charges claimed that the exchange had promoted unregistered securities on their websites. In December 2020, the SEC filed a complaint against the business. The SEC withdrew all outstanding claims against Chris Larsen, the executive chairman, and Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. The remedies phase of the Ripple case has begun, and all relevant discovery is expected to be completed by February 12th. The filings that accompany this discovery are scheduled to follow. In the meantime, Ripple has requested an extension of time until January 19th to respond to the SEC's move to compel an EM motion. A significant victory for Ripple in the SEC lawsuit was granted in July of last year. The court's ruling that XRP does not constitute a security under the law was also granted. It was submitted recently, plus Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, and Cullen DeFam, a commissioner of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, will be sharing the stage, the company revealed. The Commodities Futures Trading Commission, a federal agency, regulates the derivative market, which includes futures, options, and swaps. At a lecture on Crossroads on Tuesday at 4 p.m. at Bloomberg House in Davos, we will future-proof digital assets on the same day as the Garling family. There will undoubtedly be a sizable LFD in 2024. The speakers will be revealed at Central European Time. The event will be streamed live on YouTube. The World Economic Forum's 54th annual conference will begin on January 16, 2024, in the Swiss city of Davos. Leaders of international organizations, the civil society, social entrepreneurs, and representatives of the media will all be present throughout the 5-day competition. The community surrounding XRP is pleased with Ripple's historic July 2023 ruling in the SEC lawsuit, which established that XRP was not a securities. The news that the commissioner of the CFTCC will be participating in a panel discussion at Garlinghouse is largely responsible for the expectation. Businesses involved in the cryptocurrency space have long maintained that the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, in particular, is a more accommodating regulator. This is because the Commission has permitted the creation and trading of cryptocurrency derivatives products like futures and options, and it views the majority of cryptocurrencies as commodities rather than securities. Many people expressed interest in the Ripple's Commissioner's September 2022 visit to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission headquarters. The visit was part of her educational trip, according to her family. As of right now, there is a lot of expectation that XRP will be made public to the whole GL, and that talks led by Ripple's CEO and the Commissioner of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission will enable further positive developments in the cryptocurrency industry. However, based on the data, sentiment toward XRP has gotten worse. This is because after the unsuccessful attempt to attack Bitfinex using the partial payments hack, the weighted sentiment has recently dropped to levels that are viewed as negative. Sentiment, an on-chain analytics company, published a piece on X in which they stated that the sentiment surrounding XRP has become increasingly negative. In this instance, the weighted emotion serves as the important signal. Experts predict a 24 to 100% rally for Dogecoin. The indicator is derived from two additional measures, sentiment balance and social volume. The former measures the mood on social media regarding a particular topic. The indicator computes this score by sorting through social media postings and using a machine learning model to distinguish between positive and negative sentiments. Another indicator that is pertinent to this conversation is social volume, which is a measurement of the volume of communication that is currently occurring on any given topic on the main social media platforms. In order to make this judgment, the indicator counts the total number of posts or threads that mention the topic in some way. Contrary to what was previously stated, weighted sentiment balances the sentiment balance with the social volume. In other words, a large sample size of positively biased posts is necessary for the weighted sentiment value to increase. Otherwise, it would remain flat. The following chart illustrates the movement of this indicator for XRP over the previous few months. Based on the sentiment of XRP, the metric value has dropped significantly in the last few days. At that time, the weighted sentiment about the asset indicates that many people are talking positively about it. However, since then, the value of the cryptocurrency indicator has fallen sharply and is now firmly in the negative zone. This indicates that social media users are now negative about the coin, which is not surprising given that the most recent attempt to hack Bitfinex was unsuccessful. Consequently, XRP is experiencing its most negative sentiment in years. One person attempted to use the cryptocurrency's partial payments method to deceive the exchange into thinking the transfer amount was larger than it actually was. Sanant, who has seen that this emotion has emerged during this attack, claims that it was actually equal to half of the entire supply of assets that were in circulation. That's all for now.